It's the Christmas special.
Way!
Mince pie, carrot, canastella. That was the classic.
That sounds really nice.
Is it? Yeah. Multiple meats. What do you think of that?
Elf is a mediocre comedy film.
What is it? Answers on a postcard. Leave it in the comments. What's gravy?
Do you remember them CDs? Now you're just happy to get a pair of pants.
I don't get that.
Always get Lynx Africa, don't you?
Hi guys, welcome back to episode 18 of the In Brother Words podcast, and it's the Christmas special.
Way!
So this will be our last podcast of the year, and we're going to get festive with it.
Merry bloody Christmas.
Merry crimbo, everybody.
We're going to talk all things festive today, aren't we? We've got a good old episode, because I think with the challenges that COVID's brought is that obviously having guests and stuff is more difficult, isn't it? So kind of IBW Reacts was born in kind of retaliation to that, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So we could do a few more fun things when we can't have guests. So it's been a while since we've just sat here and talked shit.
Had a chat.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We've got an array of festive topics, and we've got to throw a bit of eating disgusting things in there, which I'm sure we'll do later on.
Yeah.
And then
I realised we've become a little bit of a food-based YouTube channel.
Yeah. Bit concerning, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
get ready for My Food Addiction 2 next year.
For both of us.
Yeah. Just rolling covered in Christmas pudding.
Yeah, but on the last two tier lists, I've had food that I've literally never had in my life. All them chocolate bars, the Christmas stuff. So it's opening my eyes, this YouTube game.
And let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, my hat doesn't fit. We're well aware. Every Christmas, my Christmas cracker hat doesn't fit. Mm-hmm. I've got a big head.
Remember the year that you had to sellotape two together?
Yeah.
To go around the back.
Yeah, we sellotape two Christmas hats together just so I didn't feel left out. But Grandma loves me, so it's fine. So just I'll get the ball rolling then. Just what's your general opinions on Christmas? Because you do get some Scrooges, don't you? And
yeah, I think it's a big thing where like you don't have to be religious to do it, do you? Because it's a religious festival, isn't it? Officially, obviously, like. Mm-hmm. Supposed to be marking the birth of Christ or whatever, but like we're both not religious in any way. But I think obviously because the UK is like a Christian country, like historically, it's just become like a national holiday, hasn't it? It's just a thing. Whereas like, and I think it's good in that way. Like you've got the religious side of it, which is why it's a thing that they've made the excuse for it, down the line. But if it would feel weird not having Christmas now, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
really
just
weird,
a time of year to bring everybody together, presents, like, literally like an official excuse to not work and go and see your family and stuff. It's sad, but in today's world, you sort of need it, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, need an official time to go and see everybody. Do
you think people that do celebrate it and they're religious get pissed off about it?
What, like you're stealing my festival sort of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get off my festival.
I don't know, because like I say, I think because it is so like ingrained in the even
fabric.
Easter, like Easter and Christmas are obviously both like religious holidays, but it's just become like a thing, isn't it? In the UK, like there's a growing number of people in the UK who are like atheists or obviously non-Christian religions as well, but Christmas time being like a break and stuff from work and that, I think it'll always be a thing, just because it's just a institution now, isn't it? It's like an English institution. So I think those people who are religious and go to church and stuff, they probably still feel like they have a better Christmas or their own version of Christmas anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because you go to mass or whatever. Like, I've never done that before. Do you know what I mean? Like go and do the official
I've been
thing.
to one that DeFerris put on and it was really good actually. And I'm not religious, but obviously I'm really into music and stuff and all the hymns and the choir and stuff. I genuinely, it was the most Christmassy I've ever felt.
Yeah.
It's something that I'd probably... But then, this is what I'm saying, I don't really know where the line is. Like, can I just, as myself, I'm happy in myself, go in, saying I'm not religious, however, I really like this, and I think it's lovely, and I just appreciate it. Is that allowed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We've got a couple of chaps coming on in the new year who could maybe address this. I know at least one of them is religious.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I just don't want to be stepping on anyone's sandals.
I'd love to have somebody on who's like strongly religious and stuff, like just speak about it. And that, do you know what I mean? Especially like,
what am I wearing? Robbie stuck this on me and go, oh, you look nice in this.
I think it's the top half of a sexy, like, Mrs. Claus.
And Summer's Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's my colour, though, isn't it? I think I'm pulling it off.
Just on the, on, like, going to the church and that side of Christmas, I think, like, the Christmas story and the story of the Nativity, like, specifically, is a weird thing where, like, everybody in the UK, if you've grown up in the UK and gone to school in the UK, regardless of whether you're religious or not, the story of the Nativity is like ingrained in everybody because it's one of the first things you learn, isn't it? And you obviously, going back to like classic Tommy back in the day when you were always like in the school plays and stuff, school nativity is always a big thing.
Always the narrator.
And Tommy was always
because you can read.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing on the nativity when you do it in school is like the real nativity. Let's assume it happened in real life. Wasn't that many key players there? Wasn't actually that many people there, was there, in the day?
No.
So you got to get like a class of 40 into a nativity, which there was probably, 6 or 7 people there, main characters.
They were sticking to the lockdown rules.
Yeah,
like, They only did 3 bubbles max.
Yeah. So then you end up with
quite
like,
ahead of their time, really.
Then you end up with like 10 or 15 people who are just like a sheep or something. Do you know what I mean? Like something completely irrelevant in the story.
Yeah. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, 3 wise men, and 20 sheep.
Literally, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a mare for Jesus, though, isn't it? Being born on Christmas Day, because he's always going to get joint presents, isn't he?
Yeah.
For his birthday and Christmas and that.
Nightmare. So, what's your, when you say Christmas, top like kind of childhood memories of Christmas? I've always loved it. It's definitely my favourite time of year.
Yeah.
Always.
I always look forward to like going to Grandma and Granddad's on Boxing Day.
Put a spread on.
Yeah. So that's like Grandma and Granddad on our dad's side. We used to go to theirs on Boxing Day most times, and then obviously good thing about Boxing Day is like the football's on and stuff, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just like the full day at theirs, presents, like you say, spread, and probably another dinner as well. Like usually we used to have, didn't we? And watching the football. I always remember like
turkey and stuff in cobs.
Oh, classic, yeah.
Get up there.
When I always think of like watching football around there, I always think that's the time that I really got into football, was like the Invincibles era Arsenal team with like Henry and that. And I just think about like, I swear I went around there on Boxing Day and Henry scored for Arsenal. I just remember him thinking he's awesome. Do you know what I mean? And it would have been around that 2004 to 6 time. Do you know what I mean? So probably then. In terms of like presents and stuff, one memory I've got, I don't really have many like memories of Christmas in all honesty, like good memories anyway, but one memory I've got when we lived in Burton was that we got an Xbox 360. This was like when they were cool back in the day, and we got Pro Evo Soccer. So any like football gamers out there will know that was like legendary. It had Adriano on the front cover.
Yeah, I had that on my little list of like best presents ever, because we genuinely weren't expecting that. I remember, like, it wasn't even on our radar that we were going to get one.
Can you remember what happened with it?
No.
Some people would know Xbox 360. You can stand it up and also put it on its side, and it was stood up,
but not mid game.
No, yeah, exactly. It was stood up on the floor. With the game in, obviously, me and Tommy were playing, and we used to have a half and half Man United and Liverpool bedroom, because Tommy supported Liverpool back then and I supported Man U, so we literally had like one curtain was one club and one curtain was the other and stuff like that. And then we had 2 like swivel chairs that we used to sit and play Xbox on. We used to just do that with our lives, didn't we, for ages? Yeah. And Tommy scored, celebrated by swiveling around on his chair and kicked the Xbox over and scratched the Pro Evo.
Oh no. Was that on Christmas Day? Or?
It might have been the day after or Christmas Day, yeah. And you like broke the game the second we got it. We had to go to Blockbusters and have it wiped.
Blockbusters.
Remember, we used to have to do that.
That's God, ain't it, Blockbusters?
Yeah. But I remember like it was a great memory of getting it, but I really vividly remember you swiveling around and kicking it and it going that noise, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I always remember the nervous excitement at night. Like I could never sleep until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd be thinking, oh my God, Santa's not going to come. I'm going to ruin Christmas for everyone because I'm awake.
Because you're not asleep, yeah.
Yeah. And the old mince pie and carrot, and that's always legendary, isn't it? Seeing that. Remember that like feeling in your stomach of like it's the same excitement as when you wake up early to go on holiday at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you just can't stop shaking.
Yeah, that sort of stuff's got like, I think it's probably with the rise of social media as well, because you got other parents sharing what they're doing and stuff. It's gone out of hand now big time, hasn't it? Back in our day, it was like mince pie, canastella. Do you know what I mean? Like that was it, wasn't it? Mince pie, carrot, canastella. That was the classic, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, there's people doing like reindeer footprints outside. Like you got obviously the whole like Elf on the Shelf thing. Like it's become a
fake CCTV of Santa.
Yeah, all
coming in
this
your
sort of
house
stuff. Yeah,
and-
which is great. And like obviously as kids get more tech savvy and more like aware of that sort of stuff, you got to go with the times. Otherwise, like these kids that are sat there on their iPads and that all day playing like Among Us and stuff, a plate with a carrot and a glass of whiskey.
You're not
on,
fooling anyone.
No,
are you?
exactly. Yeah. So, but that's me with the times. I mean, when we have kids, what's going to what's that going to be?
I was saying Santa likes double vodka apple juice and flapjack.
Yeah, it's going to be literally a case where we're going to be like FaceTiming a fake Santa and that, aren't we? When we do, it's literally to that point, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be able to be some sort of AI where you could talk to it and tell it what you want for Christmas and stuff. That's not far away, is it?
So the 360 was my second favourite present. In third, in bronze medal, is Guitar Hero.
Oh,
That was just classic.
Tommy was awesome at Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I'd completed it. I'd completed it on expert by March, and we got it on Christmas Day because it takes some like breaking in, but yeah, classic. And then number one was Dan Lease printed. We'd never been to a gig apart from Westlife at the time. It printed like a poster of Keane, who were our favourite band at the time, and they'd like signed it as if Keane had signed it, and then put on it like "You're coming to see us in concert." Do you remember? And like the date and the venue and stuff.
Yeah.
I can remember that is definitely my favourite ever. I can still feel it now.
That's
I can still
awesome.
see it, and like mum ringing me and asking what I'd got, and I was crying like, "Go to see Keane." So yeah, that's definitely
that was
number
really good.
one.
Yeah.
And then now you just happy to get a pair of pants, aren't you?
Yeah,
And
it's
some
so weird
socks.
now, isn't it? Like, but literally, if people ask you what you want for Christmas, like, don't care.
Have I said that right? Pair of pants.
Yeah.
Would you have a pair of pants? So why is a pair of pants
Yeah, it's
singular,
not
but
a
a
pair,
pair
is
of
it?
socks is two?
Because
Get in the comments.
yeah, because pants is still two legs, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's one item. I'd say a pair of pants is
Not
two.
if you shit them and split them up. Yeah, but it's a pair of pants, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, Tommy was really good at Guitar Hero, and something else that we used to do and play a lot was Lego Star Wars. So imagine we got Lego Star Wars game on Christmas as well.
Elite, yeah.
And that was on the old original Xboxes. We had an Xbox Crystal, remember?
Yeah.
And we used to just sit. I remember like some of my best memories of childhood was to just sat on the floor playing Lego Star Wars like pretty much all the way through. To get, like we did the co-op version of all three Lego Star Wars, didn't we, all the way through?
Yeah.
And we used to listen to
Cooperative, not the shop co-op.
yeah. And then we used to listen to like this is back in the day. This ages it. Listen to CDs, didn't we? Like in the player.
Do you remember them CDs?
Yeah, and remember like the CDs we had. We had X and Y by Coldplay. That was when we used to listen to that. all the
Gorillas
time.
Demon Days.
Yeah, and we had like the Eminem Curtain Call, didn't we? Had that one as well.
Yeah.
So whenever
All
I listen,
fake, weren't they?
yeah, yeah. Whenever I listen,
Mitch burnt them for her.
yeah, yeah, we had Coldplay, Y and Z, didn't we? Had that one. That's where whenever I listen to any songs off that album, especially like the song White Shadows by Coldplay, that song reminds me of Lego Star Wars because that's what we used to listen to all the time. But yeah, we probably got one of them one year as well. So classics.
Always get Lynx Africa, don't you?
Oh yeah, always,
Lynx
yeah.
Africa and a little Dairy Milk selection box. If
Yeah.
they're not in my pile that I take up to my room at the
Fuming.
end,
Yeah.
Christmas is.
What about Michael Owen's Subbuteo? Remember that? You know Subbuteo. So again, the older viewers will know what that is. Sort of like a tabletop football where you flick the men towards the ball or whatever. Michael Owen's Subbuteo was the same, but more advanced to the point where you didn't have to flick them. You just tapped the
like magnetic.
Yeah, you tapped the player's head, and it like squoze down and then kicked the ball.
Well done, he's 13.
We played that loads, didn't we? But the thing was because you had to because we were obviously massively competitive, and you have to hit the players. It hurt, didn't it? Do you remember it?
You just have like rings.
Yeah, you just had like the top of the player's head like indented into your hand, didn't you? At the end? But that's again a classic game.
So, OGs of the podcast will remember there was for a short time there was a feature called Robbie's Rankings, and we're going to do it again, aren't we?
Yeah, bringing it back. I'm going to give Tommy 5 Christmas songs, and then you want you to rank them from.
Rank them off.
Yeah. Okay, so first up, I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus, the Jackson 5 version.
Okay.
Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea. Last Christmas by Wham.
Yeah.
Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid 84.
The 84 version. Okay.
And Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson.
Okay. Right, so we'll do these first, and then we'll discuss Christmas music more broadly. Bottom of the pile for me is Chris Rea. I can't remember what comedian said it.
Is it Frankie Ball? No, it wasn't Frankie Ball.
Someone dark, Ricky Gervais, Frankie Ball, someone said, imagine Chris Rea singing that because he's going home to beat his missus up. Now, if you listen to it now, knowing that, and just ever since, he's really creepy. Yeah. He's like, because he just sounds so like smug about it.
Does, yeah, he does.
But I just think in general, I don't really.
I
just don't like it at all. It's giving it like a creepy edge, but in general, not for me. I don't like it. Number 4, I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, I want to talk about this, right?
Coming from Michael Jackson, he's probably seen much worse.
Yeah, in the same. Yeah, I saw Daddy kissing me. The lyrics to that song. Have you read the lyrics to that song?
No.
I'll just quickly run you through them. Because one song that didn't make it onto this list, but again, along the same theme, is Santa Baby, right? Again, slightly too novelty for me, and a little bit too on the nose. You know, like them sort of songs which are like sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit too on the nose for me, that one. Do you know what I mean? Just the melody of it just sounds like... it sounds like that, doesn't it? So it's a bit too close for me.
Yeah.
But at least with that one, it's like she's single, I think.
Yeah.
in the song.
It's seducing him.
Yeah. So she's sort of asking him, Santa, come and empty your sack
on me.
Yeah.
On about my person.
Yeah. Whereas this one, I didn't know this till I read it, but this is like a happily married woman. Right.
So she's having it off with Santa.
So the second verse. Then I saw Mummy tickle Santa Claus. Make of that what you will. Underneath his beard so white. Okay. Oh, what a laugh it would have been.
Is that his beard or the white beard he's given her?
Exactly.
It's open to interpretation, isn't it? Big time?
What a laugh it would have been if Daddy had only seen. So...
that gives that a whole new tone, doesn't it? We're singing along and celebrating adultery.
I think that the concept of Santa coming into your house as a kid is weird anyway. Don't you? Like,
yeah,
it's a bit weird, isn't it? Like some old bloke coming.
As a kid, I used to lie there just praying for Santa to come, and then there's that awkward bit where he puts his pants back on and leaves. Third is Do They Know It's Christmas? Really good. It's good. Mm-hmm. But I'm of the minority that prefer the 2004 version.
Really?
Yeah.
Dizzy Rascal, isn't it?
I just really like it. But then they did another one in the 2010s, and it's horrible. Bono doesn't even say, "Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you." Not real, then, is it? He says they changed the lyric, and it's just vile. But yeah, really good song, great sing along factor.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Just classic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And it has that novelty of like when you're listening to it, you're enjoying it, and also you're thinking, who's that? Just like a game, it's like a quiz. You know what I mean? At the same time, which I like.
Number 2 is Kelly Clarkson, Underneath the Tree. Mm-hmm. As a Christmas song connoisseur, I'll tell you now, there's a very minimal handful of
21st century ones that are allowed in. Yeah.
So 21st century Christmas bangers, Kelly Clarkson, Underneath the Tree. It's just got the proper it's catchy. It's got the bang, 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 bang. Do you know what I mean? It's got all that going on.
Yeah.
There's a proper swing to it.
Yeah.
Leona Lewis. I think it's called One More Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's right. Yeah.
Ariana Grande. I think it's called Santa Baby. Santa Baby.
It's not. Oh, it's not but it's not a cover of.
I don't know.
No,
it's not that one. I think it's an original.
Oh, okay.
The Darkness. Don't Let the Bells End is in my top 3 ever.
Brilliant, yeah.
People don't realise that he's literally shouting Bells End. It's like a penis reference. All of their songs are
novelty, aren't they?
Phallic. So yeah, there's not many good ones, but that is very good. So that goes in at number 2. And then number 1, Last Christmas, Wham.
Yeah,
It's just
iconic,
a
isn't it?
sensational song. Just really good. Because George Michael's a legend anyway. Sing it like vocally. It's great. The song flows really nicely. Everyone knows the words. You can have a piss up at the staff party and all sing it with your arms around each other. Isn't like you say, overly on the nose and
No, it's not,
Christmassy.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He doesn't talk about Santa and stuff. It's just a love story that happened in December.
Yeah, I like it.
Really nice. So that goes in at number 1.
Nice. So let's talk about it generally then, because I'm probably going to go against my own thing here. When I say my favourite one, I think the best one ever.
Hang on, stop. I think you're going to be a basic bitch. What's the best Christmas song ever?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Go on, just say it.
The Mariah one.
Oh, no, okay. Most people go, fairy tale of
No.
New York.
No, totally disagree. I think
It is a classic. by the way. I'm not dogging it
undisputed
off.
number 1, and there's a reason why the first week that all the Christmas songs came in the charts this week, that was number 2 in the charts, and the rest of them were 20 onwards. It is just brilliant.
It is, yeah.
It is like that's the Christmas song in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then there's loads of other ones I like.
We throw the term goat around a lot, and for the older viewers who haven't got a clue what, and they just think we like the goat, an animal. Goat means greatest of all time. Mariah Carey,
Has to be
All I Want
surely.
for Christmas is the goat of
Yeah.
Christmas songs, isn't it?
Yeah. What about In Dulce Jubilo? Shout out John, our Uncle John.
Oh yeah,
So let me tell you this quick story because I can put the clip in as well.
yeah.
So basically, our Uncle John sent a voice note to our family group chat and said, "It's been ruining me all day. What song is this?" And then whistled a song that we didn't know. And our granddad Dave pulled it out of nowhere. It's called In Dulce Jubilo. And
You'll know it.
yeah, this is John dancing to his own whistled version. What do you think to like? So there was an era, wasn't there? Probably 70s to 80s. There's an era where you could bring out, you know, like you got reasonably big bands like Slade, for example, who actually were like had a couple of UK number 1 albums, like reasonably decent sized band in the early 70s, and then they're known for like Merry Christmas Everyone, whatever it's called, everybody. Like, I think they've played a blinder. That's how I see
Which one's theirs?
it.
It's
So here it is.
Yeah.
That one.
What's
yeah.
Wizard then?
And I wish it could be that one.
Black
yeah.
Mirror ruined that one for me.
Yeah, good shout. But yeah, so I think they played a blinder, absolute blinder,
Yeah.
because they've had their own money, made their own money, done well in the 70s and 80s, and then you got something that is literally like a pension pot for the whole, like,
Yeah.
for you and your generations of your family. Like, I think that Slade probably, or the writing, people who got the writing credits for that song, probably have like generational wealth off that song alone, which is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then that's what you're saying about, can new people do that now? Like, so
I don't think so. I
who's
think
the
it's a
biggest band
thing.
in the world right now? Coldplay, would you say?
Yeah.
Could they?
They did a Christmas song.
Yeah, but it wouldn't go to like that one to number
It
1.
was pretty naff, wasn't it?
Yeah, they went to number 1 in the year it came out, and then they brought it out every year for 30 years after. Like,
Destiny's Child version of On the First Day of Christmas, Much Will
yeah.
Go to Me. Can you remember? It's got that, doesn't it feel like Christmas?
Yeah,
That one.
that's
That's a banger.
yeah.
Yeah, my top 3. Number 3 is Step Into Christmas, Elton John. As soon as you hear,
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, here it comes.
Yeah,
Number 2, Don't Let the Bells End. Number 1, Stop the Cavalry.
yeah, that's good.
But notable mention, you got loads. This is what I'm saying. Christmas music's amazing. Mistletoe and Wine,
Oh,
Cliff
yeah.
Richard. Paul McCartney, Simply Having a Wonderful
Yeah.
Christmas Time, whatever it's called.
That's really good. That one, like
John Lennon, War Is Over. So this is Christmas.
Oh,
Like, it's actually a beautiful song if you listen to it. There's loads. So, and I get it. For every banger, there's like 10 awful ones.
yeah, like two novelties.
Like proper crimbo, Bo Select. That's literally my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate Keith Lemon. I hate Bo Selector. I hate everything in that category.
yeah,
But so many Christmas classics.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like I said, this one sort of elephant in the room hasn't been mentioned yet. Mickey Bubbles, right? So
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé, the Christmas album, and everyone raves about him. He's like Mr. Christmas, I suppose. And if Mariah's Mrs. Christmas, then he's Mr. Christmas, isn't he?
Yeah. Me and Robbie don't agree on.
No, because, and I think I'm not really being very fair on Mickey Bubbles, to be honest, because the reason why I don't like it is when we worked at the Greyhound, which is a restaurant we used to work at. I worked there over Christmas, and like,
I think that's
would
all
you
they
agree?
had.
It's like hell on earth, isn't it? Like working there over Christmas. It's a carvery place. Like,
I still work in a restaurant, Rob. It's nothing to me.
There,
Tip of the iceberg.
There specifically, wasn't it quite bad at Christmas Day?
Yeah.
And the only song they had, the only album they had, it was the Mickey Bubbles album, constantly on replay. So if you worked like a 8-hour shift, it was 8 hours of consecutively like Michael Bublé album all the way through. And now I can't listen to it at all.
I love Michael Bublé. I've been to see him live with my mum for a birthday. And that album's amazing. He's just a smooth cat.
Yeah, he's great.
And his voice suits it.
He's absolutely brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong with him, but just I can't listen to that album basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Christmas music wrapped up, I think.
Let's move on to films. Another controversial one.
Quick thing on films. Got a surprise for you. Guess what I watched last night? Coco.
Did you?
Yeah.
Finally. What did you think?
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was really good, isn't it?
Yeah. I was going to tell you earlier, but I thought I'll save that for the podcast.
Yeah.
I cried. Everything. Like.
What did you cry at? I cried at the end.
Yeah, when obviously he's playing to her at the end.
I think the whole storyline's stunning, and like it's on Christmas Day on BBC One. So if you've never seen Coco, you've got no excuse now. But when you watch it again, even you realise there's no boring bits to it.
No,
it's just constantly going.
Yeah, the music's amazing. I loved like the dog on it. Like I almost cried at the bit where he goes to like the different side or whatever. And so I watched it. Just watched it yesterday. Or just watched it all in one go. Just sat upstairs and watched it and cried. Loved it. Yeah. So God tier. Get to go back on the so that's on the Disney. We did Disney Pixar tier list. And
I think we put it in elite, but I said
watch it.
It will go into God tier.
Yeah. So not a Christmas film, but I did watch it. I strongly recommend it, and it's on this year, so give it a go.
Also, I've had 3 people get in touch with me that they've got Crunch bars. And they want to send them to us, so expect a flurry of
Grinch bars.
Yeah.
In terms of Christmas films, though, I'm going to go out there and put my goat on the table instantly. Absolute classic, The Grinch. I absolutely adore The Grinch. Yeah.
So we've been putting on our socials and stuff, and we've mentioned a few times that we're going to do Christmas tier lists, blah blah blah. We've gone against that because we've done them to death a little bit, haven't we? And we kind of don't really want to be a tier list channel. We might do the odd one next year at some point, but I couldn't bear. I think Jackmate said a similar thing on Twitter. I couldn't bear to do a Christmas tier list because someone will say that like something's better than The Grinch.
Yeah, which is not.
And I've lost friends because of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Tom Kerry, I still love him to bits, but I've never forgiven him for thinking Elf's better than The Grinch. Ever. And I'll never...
That's sacrilege.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't ever look over that. Elf's... You might not be ready for this hard-hitting home truths, but Elf is a mediocre comedy film. It's not funnier than other, like, American comedy cheap laugh, like Meet the Fockers, for example. Meet the Fockers makes Elf look really dead.
It's just because it's Christmassy.
Just because it's Christmassy. Yeah, it's crap. It's actually crap.
Well,
The Grinch is
that comes down to Jim Carrey being levels above Will Ferrell.
It's all about levels.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, elite as The Grinch. It's got that Christmassy feel because it's set in a fictional place, but it doesn't feel tacky. It just feels warm and lovely. He's like hilarious as The Grinch. It's like a little bit scary to kids, but hilarious to adults. It's got adult humour in it that you like wouldn't understand. Do you know what I mean? Like kids don't understand. It's just amazing.
Plus one of the cutest characters ever in the history of film, Baby the Grinch.
Baby the Grinch. Santa, bye.
When he eats I love it.
When he eats the cookie thing. Yeah. But yeah, great film. What else are we going for? Yeah, so Elf I'm binning. Sorry, I really don't like it. I introduced Louise to A Muppet's Christmas Carol the other day. That's good.
Ricky Gervais said it best on that one, where he said that the greatest story ever written is The Christmas Carol, and the only way that you can make that better is the Muppets version, because the Muppets version of anything is better, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good.
So he says that's outright the best Christmas film ever, and it has to be up there. Home Alone, classic.
Home Alone 1.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the whole franchise is great. like 2 and 3.
The second one's the New York one with the Trump in, right?
Yeah.
And then the third one, I think it's not even him.
Do you know what? I don't think I've seen Home
Culkin.
Alone 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I have, but the first one's brilliant.
Home Alone 1's stunning, isn't it? Really good.
Brilliant, yeah. What about the Santa Claus?
Yeah, so me and Louise, last week we watched The Santa Claus and The Santa Claus 2 in the same week.
Mm-hmm.
And The Santa Claus has not got a patch. Is that the right saying?
Not a patch on.
That's it. Not a patch on. That was nearly as good as Get On Your Goat. You remember that?
Yeah.
101. Yeah, it's not a patch on Santa Claus 2.
Oh, really?
Santa Claus 2 is
Better.
superb. Yeah, much better production, better storyline, better characters. The CGI is like a lot better. Santa Claus, I just found it quite boring actually.
I haven't seen it in years. I'll tell you what is a classic, and people are going to say stuff about this, but Love Actually.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I've never seen it properly.
Like things like Love Actually and The Holiday and stuff. They're like, so like I said, Elf is basically, it's like I say, it's Meet the Fockers or The Other Guys, or it's all this that film, Dodgeball, etc. Those sort of films taken into a Christmas setting, isn't it? Love Actually and The Holiday and stuff is like your rom-coms put into a Christmas setting. And obviously Christmas is a time for like, lovers.
Yeah.
It can be, can't it? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So Love Actually and The Holiday are like classics. Love Actually is great. I'm sorry, but it is. Just is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like 6 different stories like intertwined together. Do you know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
need to see it. I've not seen it properly.
It's got
I
like
couldn't recall.
Hugh Grant in it, Colin Firth, Martin Freeman, Snape. What's his name? Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Loads of
English legends.
Yeah. Very, very good. And that's like, I don't really watch films. That's why it's taken me so long to watch Coco and stuff. But I have been thinking, like, over the Christmas period when I'm off work, there's a few things I would like to watch. And The Grinch, I have to watch The Grinch. I haven't seen it in years, but it's just brilliant. And
Yeah, well, there's an animated one and it's on Netflix. And I watched the
Benedict
first
Cumberbatch,
10, 15 minutes of it the other day. It's actually all right.
but it's just not the
You
same,
can't
is it?
compare it now. But what will I wear? If I can't wear, what was it? If I can't find anything nice to wear, I'm not going.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not going.
I love when he's looking through his diary. It's the best. And he's like,
Hey.
no, it's like 6 o'clock. Dinner
Oh,
with
yeah.
myself. I can't miss that again. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? At 9 o'clock, stare into the abyss.
About the snowman.
What about films that aren't Christmas films but are technically? Well, no, they're not.
Die Hard.
No, Die Hard is a Christmas film. That's in the fish.
Is it?
But what about something that like? Here's one for you then. Is Frozen a Christmas film?
No. Not to me.
Yeah, but if I remember rightly, they both come out in December, and it's snow based, and it's
But they don't mention.
Christmas in Arundel, isn't it? Around the time.
I think the first one is.
Yeah. So is that a Christmas film? Next.
To me, it doesn't feel like it. Does it you?
No, it's not. I don't think it is like one that comes to mind, but I think it could be. Like it is a Christmas film, really. We could watch it around Christmas. Maybe it's more about the tradition and stuff, isn't it? Of like,
I think you just need to let it go. Don't you? Please leave a comment. We want your favourite Christmas song and your favourite Christmas film. Yeah?
Mhm.
And we'll see what the general consensus is.
Mhm.
I've got a little feature that I want to do. It's not an official feature. I've not told Robbie about this. One of the popular In Brother Words React videos was our Don't Laugh challenge. Try not to laugh challenge. I've got 8 festive jokes and I want you to stare into the camera with a straight face and we're going to see, if any, if you can last all 8 jokes without smiling, basically.
okay.
Yeah? I've got them here on my notes. So, Robbie, if you look straight down the camera. And I've started off like tame.
Yeah.
And then just ramping it up a bit. Yeah? They're all just silly Christmas cracker jokes. Ready? What's the difference? And you don't answer any of these, by the way.
Okay.
Even if you know them.
Okay.
Yeah? What's the difference between snowmen and snow women? Snowballs. What do you call an elf who's just won the lottery? Wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay, holding it
I like
together.
that one.
What do you get if you deep fry Santa Claus? Crisp Kringle.
I don't get that.
Chris Kringle is Santa Claus. His name.
Didn't know that. There you go. Okay, what? You learn something new every day.
Chris,
His name's Nicholas, St. Nicholas.
Chris Kringle. Google it just quickly because we're here now.
Who's Chris Kringle? I thought he was on Love Island one a couple of years back.
We need to eat now. Chris Kringle with a K on the Kringle.
Santa Claus, also known as Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, St. Nick, Chris Kringle, or simply Santa. Literally never heard that in my life.
Well, we're educational podcast as well.
Okay.
Back to the jokes. Why was the snowman embarrassed when he was spotted rummaging through a bag of carrots? He was caught picking his nose.
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
Oh, did you hear about the man who stole an advent calendar, by the way? Got 25 days.
That's good, that is. I like that.
Right, compose.
Yeah.
Why does Santa have a large sack? Because he only comes once a year.
Yeah, good.
Penultimate. How does Santa practice safe sex? He always wraps his package before shoving it down a chimney. Last one. Ready? I was at B&Q earlier buying a Christmas tree. The man behind the counter asked, "You putting that up yourself?" I said, "No, I'm putting it in the living room."
Yeah, it's good.
That's the best one.
Yeah, it's good.
Like it?
Yeah, it's good, that was.
And you learnt about Chris Kringle as well.
Yeah, I literally never heard that in my life.
We're going to just take a little bit of a reflection, aren't we, on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like end of year. You're used to this, end of year reporting.
Yeah.
For
sadly.
for the podcast, because we never really just sit and reflect, do we? We're always like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So I don't know, where do you want to start really? What kind of episodes stood out for you? And if you had to say ultimately what your favourite episode was.
Obviously everybody knows my love for like Cole Wheeldon, and like that podcast has done really well, like, and it's no surprise because he's such a complete legend. Like, we're definitely going to get him back on as well at some point. To see him after all those years and have the opportunity to like thank him and stuff for what he'd done for me when I was younger. Like, I think the big thing with this podcast is like you just said, we just sort of, we're in the motions, we're going through, we're just doing it. And like, you know, you sometimes you forget to sort of take a step back and think, oh, like, what have we actually done? And we've literally been doing this for like 6 months, something like that. And the main thing that it's already like given me is the opportunity to like speak to people or do things that I wouldn't have had the chance to do had we not have started this. And we are literally just starting out. I mean, like, we'd only just started. And probably the number one on that list is having the opportunity to talk to Mr. Wheeldon and like thank him and stuff for what he did. And like, I'm so happy that this made that happen. Do you know what I mean? But the Fraser one was like another one of those situations. Obviously, if you go back and watch it, like, I'm a big boxing fan, and I think I sort of like led on that one with the questions and stuff. And I think it's like a really good podcast actually. Like, I've watched it back a couple of times myself.
Yeah.
And to have the opportunity to talk to somebody who's in the industry, and he was so generous with his time. Like, he came here for ages, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? And his girlfriend.
It was well over 2 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like near 3 hours.
And his girlfriend was sat behind the camera for the whole time, and she was lovely, and like, we didn't feel rushed, did we?
No, and like I would love to do more stuff with Fraser, like more videos or like more podcasts and stuff down the line.
We've got some exciting things in the pipeline with him, haven't we?
And he's, you know, he's doing really well in his career and stuff, and obviously hopefully if we get to the Olympics and stuff, we'll speak to him around that time, and it's going to be great. So there's been loads of good things, but like I say, mainly those two that stick out for me. How about you?
Obviously BVM was massive for me because that's like meeting your hero.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have two ways. I have like what I find the best to listen to, and the one I enjoyed the most doing. Do you know what I mean? So like the Nathan one, I really enjoyed it. I just remember it was like a hot day. I felt really like excited / lucky that Nathan took the time to come in. And Nathan was lovely. He told us off camera that like he gets hundreds of these requests to do stuff. But he went on our channel and watched some of our videos and said he loved like how professional it looked, and that was a massive compliment to us, wasn't it? It was like a big boost. My favourite one to listen to is your birthday one. So if you've not listened to Robbie's birthday podcast,
I listened to it the other day.
We probably didn't do enough to like specify like what it was, and like what we talk about, because we were earlier on in our YouTube journey, then we didn't really maybe know about titles
Yeah,
as much
the
and
importance
stuff.
of titles and thumbnails
Yeah,
and stuff.
but like we talk about all those like silly would you rather questions. It's like 15 at the end, isn't there?
Yeah,
And,
so
like,
anybody who's familiar with it, there's a YouTube thing called Answer the Internet, and they basically ask like really stupid questions and like hypothetical questions, and I basically collated a few of them. And the first half you get to meet mine and Tommy's friends Daniel and Joey, and we talk about our lads' holiday to Magaluf. And then in the second half, we answer all those hypothetical questions. And I actually watched it back again the other day. And
it's just so funny.
Yeah,
like
it is a good one.
That's one that I do listen to occasionally, like if I'm in the car or whatever, because there's so many like laugh out loud moments in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, BVM was great. Cole Wilden, loved that.
The hypnosis one.
Hypnosis went down really well.
Yeah.
And we ran a poll. We ran like a question thing on our Instagram, and loads of people said the hypnosis one. I feel like and proper, I'd say we've got like a base of like 100 fans, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously there's more than that, subscribers, but I'd say there's 100 that like religiously watch us, answer all of our stuff, like all of our stuff, and
Legends.
like we know are legends. Yeah. We know who you are. That doesn't go unnoticed, does it? I think they'll agree with us that like that was quite a turning point on the channel in terms of like we'd never really edited much up to there.
Technically,
and that was
very difficult. Yeah.
That was the first time we'd ever like had us in the corner and had us like, you know, flipping from one audio to another and us coming, like it was actually quite technical. It took us a long time.
That's what I really like about that one, because like when we started out, we had a few ideas of like what we wanted to do. Like, so I think we said school days and careers should definitely be like first, because that introduces people to us. And then we had, obviously, I instantly straight away said we need to try and get Cole Wilden on, like, and Mark as well. Mark Bolton, the first guest we ever had on. That's another brilliant one. I listened to that the other day.
Yeah.
So they were like two guests that we'd like sort of lined up as well. And then the hypnosis thing, we knew from day one we wanted to do that, because it's literally a brilliant like home video, isn't it, of me getting hypnotized. Basically, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's me getting hypnotized in some shit club in Mablethorpe.
Yeah.
Right. So we knew that we wanted to do that video and do it well, but technically very difficult to do, isn't it? Like on the editing and stuff. So we probably had to wait a bit to get good enough at the Premiere Pro to do it properly. And even now, like we're probably 10 times better now at the editing than we were then. But if you go back, I'll go back and watch it, and I'm proud that we did it so well in that, if you like, in the editing wise.
Yeah.
Because I would have been gutted if we had not done it justice. Do you know what I mean? Because the reason why that one is like, of the ones that with no guest, outside of the first two, which are obviously they've been on longer, that's like really got like more views than the others. And
Battle of the Brothers as well. So a lot of people love that, and like we can't stress enough like how much work went into that. Can we? Let us know, like if you'd be interested in seeing some of the like behind the scenes stuff that we do in terms of like the processes and stuff, because me and Robbie both have full-time jobs. Do you know what I mean? So like we have to, if we were doing just YouTube, we could bang those kind of videos out every few days. Do you know what I mean? But we do have to work it round, don't we, what we do. And Robbie takes quite a leading role on the editing side of things, but I'll always come and help out if I can.
Yeah.
Like a
joint thing,
like the chocolate tier list thing. I think I just came and a couple of days and just ploughed through it, because they can be quite, I think people who watch YouTube a lot, or maybe have a bit of knowledge of it, will understand that like a podcast like this that we're doing now won't take long to edit, because it's just
it's long form and stuff.
Yeah. Whereas the chocolate tier list is zoom here, zoom there, cut here, go back to the tier list, back to the front. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot more technical, but we were so happy with how Battle of the Brothers got received, because
we love that one, because
it took so long, didn't it?
Yeah. And obviously,
I'd say
it was the episode after Nathan came on, so we knew that obviously wouldn't get as much views and stuff as that, but it was our 10th episode, which at the time felt like loads, so we thought we'd do something special. And it took us ages to like record it and edit it and that.
It was over a few days recording, and then I'd say at least 40 hours, would you say, editing?
Yeah.
For what is a half an hour video.
It's not even that, it's like 22 minutes.
But it's good, isn't
it? So yeah, we're happy with that one. I mean, all the guests, like any of them are watching this video, like I just want to thank them like loads for coming on, because like obviously we are just like nobodies in the scene. Do you know what I mean, at this point? And like there's someone like Baz, like that one's still does really well on numbers and stuff, like Baz Patterson. Like we went to Birmingham. He said like if you come to Birmingham, I'll do it like for free and for as long as you need and stuff. Like, you know, he's done like big major podcasts with like people like James English and stuff like that, where get a lot more like views and subscribers and stuff than we've got. But so for him to do that, I thought it was amazing, really. Do you know what I mean?
because he doesn't do many either. Like, and he's officially said ours was his last one he's ever going to do, which is nice as well.
Yeah. Just a quick update on Baz, by the way, for those who watched it. He actually had COVID, and he was quite ill. I think he was in hospital and stuff, and he's making a recovery now. But yeah, he was quite severely ill for a while, but it was touch and go. But he's okay now. Follow him on Twitter as well. Zulu Baz, I think his name is on Twitter.
So yeah, thank you for all the support on like so far. People like it's not just about people like Jackmate who've like shared us about on Twitter and Instagram, etc. Or like Loz from True Geordie podcast. He's liked and shared our stuff. Robbie Knox, people like that. Obviously that's great, those kind of things, but it's you lot that constantly watch, constantly like the videos, constantly, ultimately like getting views is what kind of motivates you to do the next one, doesn't it?
Yeah,
If
sure,
a video got 30, 40 views, we probably would jack it in. Show me that's just how it is, isn't it? Like
my main thing that I like, and I would ask you as well to do this, is like the comments. Like we get excited, don't we? When we put a video up, we get excited to like read and reply to the comment section, which is the one good thing about the tier list stuff, because like they get like disproportionately amount of more comments than everything else because it's so like controversial. People slagging us off for not putting Karamak in the god tier, all this sort of stuff. And so like if you do watch the videos, obviously we really appreciate it, but yeah, drop us a like and leave us a comment as well, just your opinions on stuff.
Because there'll be people out there that watch every episode and we ain't got a clue.
Yeah, and they've never commented and stuff. Like, just leave us a comment.
And then we find out that they watch it. They say like, "Oh yeah, I watched that," and then you're like, "What? Oh, do you really?"
Exactly.
Like, it's
Which
nice,
is amazing. Yeah, and like, if we're open to ideas for anything, like, obviously, this year's been difficult, but post Rona and stuff in next year, we've got some plans to do like some travel vlogs. We're going to travel around Britain and vlog that, which would be good. Obviously, got a few like guests that we're going to get lined up as well. Loads of different stuff really, but we're also open to ideas, so let us know, because we know there's a lot of guys out there and girls who watch this who like love YouTube, and we're part of the YouTubers that they watch, which is amazing. But you might have like things that other YouTubers do that you think would be really good if we did it, and we might not know about it. Do you know what I mean? Just like let us know and we'll give it a go.
I think when we started it, in the pandemic, and we'd have said that by the end of the year you'll have 430 subscribers, we'd have laughed, wouldn't we? And we'd have said that's impossible.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So we're massively, massively appreciative of, how well it's gone subscriber-wise.
Yeah, 100%. None of it means anything if no one watches it, does it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be the best thing in the world, but if no one watches it, it don't matter. So it's all down to the support we get, which is great.
And like Rob said, like big plans for next year. COVID dependent, but we will continually like try and push out entertaining stuff regardless of whether we can have whether we can have guests or not. But yeah, stick around. Thank you for all your support, and the more people you can attract, the better. Now, I'm not one to talk about food, but the holy grail of Christmas is the Christmas dinner, isn't it? End of. Yeah. If you didn't have a Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, what is it?
Yeah.
Presents in it. But it's done by lunchtime.
Yeah.
So let's just quickly discuss what are absolute staples on a Christmas dinner. Because I've heard some shocking stories recently on Twitter and stuff. I'm not going to call this person out.
Go on.
No, I can't.
Name and shame.
I'm not going to name and shame him, but her or his family don't have Yorkshire puddings on Christmas dinner.
Sacrilege, isn't it?
What do you reckon? What's the state absolute musts? The Elon musts.
So the meat's a big thing, isn't it? Because like, I think, what's the most British thing ever? Everybody hating turkey and thinking it's dry, but still having it. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone hates turkey. It's just like chicken, but dry. But we'll have it because it's traditional.
Dry as a nun's proverbial, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like, might be some people out there who cook it well and it's nice, but generally, it's
a
not
nice
great,
big juicy chicken is more enjoyable than the turkey.
Yeah,
definitely.
But I'm going to say that, but then I'm also going to agree that point as well. It's once a year. It's traditional, isn't it? So I think...
And with stuffing, it's banging.
Yeah, multiple meats. What do you think to that?
Stuck a turn, hasn't it? No, I agree. I do like multiple meats.
Yeah.
I'm partial to a bit of gammon.
Obviously, when we went to the carvery, so they'd have like turkey, gammon, beef and lamb, wouldn't they?
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The
So
more meat's the better.
I think turkey definitely.
Pardon the expression.
Turkey definitely, and then additional meat if possible.
And pigs.
Pigs in blankets, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Yorkies. I can't believe you just said that, but yeah, Yorkies, 100%.
Yeah, and tell me if you agree with this, guys. Regardless of the meat, beef gravy. Don't bring me chicken gravy.
Well, chicken gravy shit, innit? What is it?
Dog.
What is it? What is gravy, actually? That's a good question. I'm shit with, like, food or whatever. Like, I can't cook and that.
It's a good question.
What is it?
Have you ever had dry gravy mix? It's salty, but it's good.
Oh, that's vile.
It's not.
Well, like, out of the pot?
Yeah, do you want to try some now?
Definitely not. We eat it on the camera.
Yeah. What, just to prove that I've done it? I'll do it if you do it.
You haven't done it, have you?
I pinky promise. Go on, just try
That's
one granule.
Go on then.
Right. Here, look. Be still. Just, that it's smaller grains than I expected. But just take a pinch.
Here we go.
Just take a pinch.
This is vile, isn't
It's
it?
banging. Has anyone done this at home? It's just gravy.
No, it's quite nice. That's wrong, though. Shouldn't do that, really.
Why?
What is it? Answers on a postcard. Leave it in the comments. What's gravy? It's not potato, is it?
Well, it says ingredients: potato starch, palm oil, salt, wheat flour, and then all the flavourings. Whatever it is, it's God's work, isn't it? Obviously, it disintegrates, so it can't be pure potato. It's the starch, isn't it?
Yeah. I say answers on a postcard. What is gravy? Next.
That's the name of the video. We've got, for your viewing pleasure, 3 festive foods that neither of us have tried. Legitimately, I think I'm a bit like you. Although we both like a good Christmas dinner and that, we're not into like fruity, spicy, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean?
Like mince pies. Horrible.
Funny you should say that. That's going to be the first one, and I'm shitting myself about it.
You know what annoys me about mince pies?
It says minced meat.
Yeah, but you know
But
what I like?
It's
That's
not.
what I mean. That's what annoys me is I like pie, right? We're both northern. We like pie. Mince pie, as in
I've got
pie.
mince pies coming.
at my arse. A mince pie, as in a pie with mince in it, like a shepherd's pie sort of thing, would be outstanding, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not that, is it?
No. So I've been to Asda earlier. No expense spared on this podcast. And we're going to give it a go. But I'm really not looking forward to it. Are you?
Nope.
What do you want me to do? Just half it?
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to eat the whole half, but...
No, you have 2/3 of it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not gravy then, is it?
No, it's fruit. Smell it. I know I'm going to eat it.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's grim.
You ready?
Yeah.
Who's enjoying that fucker? Merry Christmas! No, not for you.
that. No.
Okay, we'll put that.
Is it raisins? I hate raisins.
For what reason?
That was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not a big fan of
I
that.
don't think I've ever one of them ever again.
No? Rating out of 5?
0. I was literally very nearly sick. I was a little sick in my mouth.
Okay. Well, next up, let's see if this is any better. Another one neither of us have had. Christmas pudding.
Okay.
There we go.
What the fuck is that?
So, I was in Asda, and I was thinking, I don't want to spend loads on a big bloody Christmas pudding. Found this. It's basically for single people. It says on the box, for one. Christmas pudding for one, and it was £1.
There's nothing wrong with single people.
So we're going to
There's
get...
something wrong with him because they ain't got any girlfriend. But...
We're gonna have a go, and we're probably gonna get people. Oh, see, look, it's packed with raisins.
I'm really worried now because I'm honestly like.
I don't think it'll be as bad as that. Go on,
It's packed with flavour.
It's brilliant.
Let's fucking tuck in, folks.
Right, folks.
Right, I've got to take less than that. Sorry.
We have the Asda Christmas pudding.
I'd like to know do you reckon BVM likes? I reckon he likes all this shit. Do you? He'll eat anything, won't he?
He'll eat this.
Animal.
Him and Junior, baby. You ready?
Is it warm?
Well, put it in the microwave. It's not as bad as a mince pie. But I don't get what anyone's getting out of it. So traditionally served with brandy sauce.
Who's she?
Sounds like a porn star as well, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
100%. I think I've seen her.
We've just had a second nibble. So
Yeah, you know what it is? I've avoided the fruit.
What, so you're just eating the sponge?
Yeah, so horrible, to be honest. Three?
One?
No.
Oh, three, fair enough. Go on,
No, two.
Pop
Two.
that out a camera shot.
Two, I think.
Police had me on the way out for possession of stolen goods. It's stolen bread. Is it bread?
It's a cake, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Marzipan stolen with 12% luxury marzipan filling.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a bread or a cake?
A German cake, isn't it?
I know. It looks rigid.
It says it's a fruit bread. It's like a cake style fruit bread of nuts, spices, and dried or candied fruit. This sounds horrible. And obviously, it's called a Weihnachtsstollen at Christmas time, because Weihnacht is the German word for Christmas.
It looks like our hell. Okay.
Oh no, what's that? What yellow bit?
Some kind of fruit.
I just smelt the mic. I went like this.
His head's gone. You
Right,
ready?
let's go then, guys.
Ready?
Are you gonna eat the whole thing?
No, I'm a fuck.
What are you gonna do? Bite the whole cross section? Because you need
Yeah,
to get
like
that. I'm scared. Yeah.
Yeah, go. That's surprisingly pleasant on the whole. You'd be shit on I'm a Celeb, wouldn't you?
I'm getting that.
Imagine you with a lamb's bollock if you like this was stolen.
Well, it won't go.
It won't go.
I can hear you go.
Yeah, not for us.
Horrible. Again.
What would you give that? Christmas pudding. No, I quite like the stolen. It was all right.
1. Eins. Horrible. What's eggnog?
Who wants eggnog?
No,
that's on
here's
Casper.
Another one then, guys. What's gravy? We've had that. What's eggnog? What is it? Still tastes like mince pie.
Has it got egg in it? Has it got nog in it?
I don't know.
Shall I Google it?
Let's have a guess. Both guess first.
I think it's got egg whites in it, and it's a drink
Egg
with
whites?
alcohol and egg whites.
No. I don't reckon it's got egg in it at
What
all.
do you think it is then?
I think eggs is in the name.
Go then,
I
what
think-
do you think it is?
No, maybe not. Am I thinking of a snowball? No, screwball. What's a screwball?
Vodka orange.
No, what's snowball? That's a Christmas thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that then, maybe. I was thinking it would be like a... Let me guess. I think it's like a cocktail.
What, eggnog?
It's not a cocktail.
No, it's not. Definitely not a cocktail. Eggnog, all spelled differently, historically also known as milk punch, is a rich, chilled, sweetened, dairy-based beverage. It's traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped egg whites, and egg yolks. That sounds really nice.
Is it?
Yeah. But then and then it has one or more alcoholic spirits and spices, often vanilla or nutmeg. So it's going to have that Christmassy, autumnal,
Like
cloves,
cinnamony, yeah.
star anise kind of vibe to it, isn't it?
Mhm.
And it's not really up our street. So
No, grim.
to finish off then, let's look ahead to 2021. If COVID clears, let's say midway through next year, what are your personal aims? What do you want to do? Bit of like a New Year's resolution.
Definitely like to do some sort of like prolonged travelling. Either multiple short trips or one extended trip somewhere. Probably be in the back half of next year now. Other than that, just try and get as much as I can out of like work at the moment and get the experience up and stuff. And then obviously grow this as much as we can, really. Definitely like to do some different style like videos and stuff. Like we want to do more sort of like outside broadcasty stuff. Like we might need to get some new equipment for it. But like one idea we've had is like to basically go around the local area and like maybe interview some people in the local area and stuff would be quite nice. Or we want to do some like travel vlogs and stuff. So
obviously, the 2021 is going to be the year that me and Louise get our first home and mortgage. So obviously that's quite a big thing to happen that we're both excited about. YouTube channel wise, I'd really like to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year. I think that should be our target.
Yeah, that'd
March
be amazing,
to 1,000, and I'm quietly confident we can do it. Like comfortably. I think we'll be good. But that's the plan. We've got it on record now, so we can be atted if we don't. Like it.
And you can help us by hitting subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and just tell like one of your mates something.
Yeah, you know, if every subscriber we had just prodded their other half and went, "Oh, just jump on this and subscribe for these," we'd be nearly there.
Yeah, because I'll just say as well quickly, for those who don't understand like how it works, YouTube and stuff. 1,000 subscribers. There's a reason why 1,000 subscribers is a big thing for like young YouTube channels like us, because the way that the algorithm works and the way that the search engine works basically on YouTube is that once you've got to 1,000 subs, you become like part of the YouTube partner program, and your channel is more likely to grow and end up in other people's like feeds and all that sort of stuff after the 1,000 sub mark. So the first 1,000 subs are like the hardest ones to get, really. And that's why we need all the help of like you guys, the people that we actually know and stuff, who've been amazing so far, to like help us get to that point.
Because then it grows like organically from there, doesn't it? Because you're getting more hits and you're appearing in more people's playlists and stuff. You'll just naturally pick up subscribers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just getting to that 1,000, but we won't forget all you OGs.
Oh no, of course not. No.
Ever. Work wise, see what happens. Like my industry's been hit the hardest.
Oh yeah.
By COVID.
Did you see that thing I sent you earlier?
Yeah, the amount of redundancies and stuff.
It was actually something that Gary Neville had tweeted out. Obviously known for sort of being a ex-footballer and a pundit and stuff, but also owns multiple hotels and restaurants and things, doesn't he? And it was basically comparing by industry the number of like payrolled employees, the change in payrolled employees since February this year. So basically, it's the number of redundancies, essentially, isn't it? And you can see that accommodation and food services is massive. Almost 300,000 redundancies. If you compare that to like finance and insurance, I suppose would be where I would like fall in. And it's what minus 10,000. So it's 30 times bigger, impacted 30 times more. Do you know what I mean?
So it all depends what goes on there. I do feel like I'm hitting a level where like I feel like I want to like influence things a bit more. Do you know what I mean? I'm only 26, but I feel like I'm kind of ready to make that step in some way. But I'm not too sure, what that's going to look like, or even what kind of industry that would be in. But I don't think you should be held back by like age or anything. I think once you feel like ready, like I'm ready to start making bigger decisions that influence a broad range of people, then I think you should just go for it. So that's kind of my 2021 plan.
Yeah, brilliant. And I think definitely one thing that everybody can relate to is like the one thing I'm holding out hope for and I'm looking forward to the most is things like being able to go on holiday and stuff, or like just before the original lockdown, me and our sister Lexi were supposed to be going to Prague on like a weekend away together. So I'm looking forward to being able to take her somewhere eventually at some point. Do you know what I mean? Or like us go away with the lads or whatever. And like the Sausage and Cider Festival. Again, we've said it a million times. James Dean.
If any of you from Swad, or James Dean, he does all the events. He's just opened a new restaurant called Ice and Slice in Swad. If you know him, give him a prod, because we're trying to get hold of him. We'd love to have him on the podcast to talk all things everything, business, COVID affects his journey.
Yeah, he's got a really interesting story.
We'll get him one day. If we have to go and book a table for two and harass him and...
Just start filming in there. So I'd like to hope that maybe, it'd probably be touch and go really, looking at the rate that's going at the moment, but you hope that might be on next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Things like that really. Going out and gigs and things like that, do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully all that comes back to normal. And then obviously at the same time, being able to like see family members and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, how mad is it that like, do you remember the last time you like hugged a family member, like like our grandparents and stuff, even to that point? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sad, isn't it? That it's become like normal that you don't do that. Where just we're all praying for the time where everything's back to normal. Do you know what I mean?
I just try and take the fact that how amazing it will feel when it happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, that kind of thing. Like, just to think how amazing it's going to be. Or, like
absinthe makes your heart go weaker, doesn't it?
Imagine, like, the first time... So I was thinking, if there's a work do, and, like, it's like an event, or the first time we go out and watch a boxing event, or to a football away day, it's actually going to be emotional.
Oh, 100%,
Like, people will cry and stuff.
Yeah.
I get a bit emotional thinking about it, just like how that's going to... I don't mean... all drink-related events. I mean, just anything like that's back to normality. Yeah, it's going to be an overwhelming sense of like Jesus. Like I've missed. This
I got a
so
bit
much.
emotional watching one of the football games the other day. Like a team I don't even support. Some Premier League
because people were in the crowd.
Because there was a crowd there. Yeah, you could turn it to the crowd noise version, which is the actual stadium noise, but then there was still crowd noise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Imagine us all just sat round Christmas next year, all as a big family together, all in one room, licking each other's face, coughing at each other. It would be great. We hope you enjoyed the Christmas podcast, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Merry Crimbo.
Yeah, we hope Santa comes. We hoped you enjoyed it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. I hope you had a cracker. Any more? It's all good stuff, isn't it?
It's good stuff, yeah.
Please subscribe if you're new around here. Lots of good stuff to catch up on. Lots of good stuff to come. Drop the video a like as well. We know it's going to be a strange Christmas, but ultimately the love that you all have as a family and with your friends, knowing that you've got those people there for you when things get better. Walls and stuff can't, you're not bound by walls and with that, and that's all you have to keep thinking about. Walls.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be sentimental there, and it just goes to shit.
I thought you were just talking about pigs in blankets again.
Yeah, I know I usually talk about pigs in blankets, but thank you guys, and thank you for supporting us so far on this journey, and we hope you continue to support us and join the ride.
Yeah, look after yourselves.
See you later.